Wait a minute. Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Hey guys, Brad M73 here. Welcome back to the Eagle Moss Presents Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. Today we're looking at issue 10, and this is the most significant piece that we've received so far, and it's one of the most significant pieces of the entire build because without it, you just can't build a car. That is the frame. We get a bunch of screws. We get some AP screws, AM screws, or some other screws. We also get a new screwdriver. It's a slightly larger screwdriver, and of course we get the little label. But this is actually the frame, but it's black, and I want to paint it like the original frame, which is kind of a primer gray color like it is in the illustration here. And I've got my Tamiya fine surface primer in light gray. It's like the perfect color to do that. I'll just have to prime it, and and away I go. But before I do that, there's some additional assembly that I know that I'm going to need to do. First off, we have a couple additional pieces that will need to be primed, which are these two guys. So we're going to do those at the same time. We also have the shock absorber, the front suspension or shock absorbers, and I'm going to have to do some disassembly on those to get the right parts out to prime. Now I've looked at a bunch of reference photos of the original DeLorean frame, and basically the slanted part here is what I'm going to need to prime. It looks like in most of the pictures, the upper and lower suspension arms are black. There are some that are kind of painted half, like they're like half gray and half black. I don't know if they were originally painted that way or not, but of the original paintings, or not paintings, but the original photographs I can see of the paint, this part is definitely gray, while the rest appears to be black. So I will be doing some disassembly on these. So I guess before I get started with actually doing the assembly work of this build, we're going to take the frame out, and we're just going to take a look at it really quick, because I want to see what this big bad boy is. I mean, this thing's huge, and my box came apart probably because it's so cold out, or it's starting to get cold out. We actually have a freeze warning here in Ohio tonight, so good times. Winter is coming. Winter can, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to winter this year. Now this thing is absolutely massive. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this right out. And if I lay it down on my workbench here, I've got it to the alignment at 0 inches. And there we go. Front to back, it's just over 16 inches. So well over a foot long there. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. And then how's it? The engine is going to sit back here. And I think we're going to be, I think it's like maybe not the next pack, but the pack after that we start getting engine parts. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see, how's this go on? No. Maybe like this, huh? Maybe, no. No. Nah, it probably goes in the bottom. So this, we have to have these. We have to put these two parts in separately because we have that front steering arm to put together as well. So this is actually going to go down under here like this, something like this. Oh, there we go. So it's going to be like this. All this is going to get primed. This almost looks like a separate piece. What's going on with this? Huh, this is actually a separate piece right here. It almost looks like it was manually cut out. And then there's 3 screws that are installed. And That is weird. It totally looks, I don't know if you guys can see the, let me see if I can get a good reflection here. Like that almost looks like it was manually cut out and a different piece was put in, which is possible. They might have molded all these and painted them and then been like, uh-oh, we made a mistake down here, and they just made a little piece to fill it in. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this apart, or over here, and I'm going to just do the disassembly work on my, yeah, let's see, is this the left side or the right side? I think this is the right. Nope, this is the left because it's got a big L. Okay, so, nope, I don't want to do that. So I'm just taking these apart. I should get out the magazines so that I remember exactly which screws go where, because I'm really going to muck this up if I get it wrong. Oh, actually, I don't think I'll get this wrong. Okay. And this top screw, which is held in by, well, screw tension. It's actually holding back the force of that spring. So if you guys are doing this kit and you haven't gotten all your parts yet, you might want to just go ahead and you want to primer your frame. You might want to go ahead and do this first. Now, where does it say, where do these parts fit into this frame here? That's the next thing I need to find out. It's almost like we have to flip. Okay, so we flip this upside down, and then this, let's see, is the left side. So yeah, it's going to go over here, like right in there. So, okay, got it. And those are BM screws. So there's the left side. Just wanted to see how that's going to stack up there. And then we're going to take the right part, or the right shock, or suspension assembly apart. So let's do that really quick. Just being careful with that hinge. Upper suspension arm. These are nice long screws. So at least the upper and lower screws are very easy to differentiate, and then the one for the upper shock assembly, this one, it's just a single screw by itself, so it shouldn't be a problem at all, really. And I'm just trying to compress it down just a little bit so I can get that screw out. And that's it. Okie doke. All right, so I've got all my parts here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some isopropyl alcohol, which I have right here. It is 91% isopropyl alcohol. You can get this for about $3 at most. I get mine from Meijer, but just about any drugstore is going to have it. If it's 90%, that's okay. When you get down to 70%, the 70% just has more water in it, which is probably okay for these parts. But if you had like electronics that you were working with or around, and you didn't want to get water on that, then you would definitely want to use the 91%. And I've even seen people can get as high as 99%, but you know, if you get on any of that on your hands, you know, your skin will get really dry and cracky really quickly if you do that. So I'm just going to wipe these down. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I just wanted to tell you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe these down, and then we're going to take them outside and just, you know, spray them with the primer really quick and bring them back in to dry. So as soon as I get everything finished, I'll probably go ahead and reassemble the shocks, but as soon as I'm ready to go on the assembly for issue 10, we'll be back, and I'll do that for you guys. So okay, we are back, and we've got the priming done. I actually ran out of paint, so there's a little bit, there's a couple spots where, you know, I didn't get full coverage, but it's really not going to be that big of a deal because I may end up weathering this anyway, and basically the frame's going to be like this, and I think, and everything's going to attach this way, so I think that's the way it goes. Or maybe it's like this. I don't know. Let's I'm gonna have more primer on order next week because I have to get a few other paints for another project. And so yeah. Alright, so we've got our pieces here primed and ready to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this stuff put together. Let's see here. Screwdriver. I actually thought I had more primer than I did, but I have like a white primer, but I thought that I had way more of the light gray primer. So I'm gonna have to order some more, probably order more. Let's see, tomorrow's third, maybe I'll order it tonight, that way I'll get it Friday or early next week if I get free shipping. Okay, there's that. We gotta get this guy on there. And uh-oh. Ah, there we go. I think it's probably going to be best to, let's see. Oh, I can't fold that up anymore. So yeah, we're going to have to try to get at least one of these side pieces in. Oh man, this is going to be tougher than I thought. Well, maybe not. It's going to be right around there. Okay. Now let's try to get the top one in. There we go. So I'll just squeeze this, tighten this all the way down, and then we'll do the other side over here, and then we'll have one done. And we can move on to the next one. So I guess this will be one of the more complex issues that we've done for a while, because the last few issues have been very simple. Let's see here. Come on now. There we go. So we've got, we'll have that up and down motion. However, I don't want to be putting like tons of pressure on the car to get, the shock, the suspension to work, because really the only thing that's holding the front suspension on is this tiny little, screw and hinge right there, and a magnet. So the rear suspension, I guess will work pretty much the same. Now we could just, fill this up with super glue and, permanently super glue it and super glue this hinge. But then we'll never have the fold down wheels. Some people might want that. I don't really care so much about it though. Okay, so that's the left one. Let's go ahead and, should I well, it's not really going to matter one way or the other which one of these I do first. Well, nah, I think the bottom, yeah. I think that's going to work the best. So let's just go ahead and do this again. I did think about using thread lock on these because it is metal on metal. I can always dab some thread lock on the inner parts of these holes, and that will eventually permeate through the thread, because just the way the thread lock works, it'll actually permeate into the thread. Okay. Next is going to be this right here. Just wanted to make sure that I got this screw, and so, wait a second. Why is this one so much harder? One side of this. I think if I have these sides pushed in, it might be just a little bit easier to tighten down the top screw there. Okay. So basically, I'm getting all of this done on the 25th of October, 2017. On Monday, when I called to, make sure what my scheduling for my deliveries were like, they said that somebody had put me on like a 7-week delivery schedule. And I'm like, I was like, I never signed up for that. I want to make sure that I'm getting them every 4 weeks. And she's like, well, if you want to change it, then they're shipping out 11 through 14 today on the 25th. And so that means I will hopefully get, my next shipment next week. So hopefully I don't have to wait too much longer. And then I can just kind of, you know, like I did with the Millennium Falcon, just kind of kick back and do, you know, more leisurely episodes. Let's see, is this working? Yep, okay. All right, so now that we have that done, we've got all of our priming done, we can finally move to the first, to the instructions. So we're going to get this moved out of the way, and we have our screws for this issue here, and look, we have a bunch of BM screws we can actually fix. I know we're going to have a spare BM screw. This is extremely good because, let's see, what was missing? Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. The left one, awesome. So the BM screw that I was missing, I didn't think we would get any more BM screws until the till next month. So I'm really glad. Did that strip out? Wow, that stripped out. Well, anyway, there we go. So fit part 5A, which is which one of these? It is not this one, but this one. And it shows this like this. And then it's got the turn thing here and the pointing towards the front. So this is going to fit up under here. Fit. Says fit part 5A, the end of the front suspension assembly, into the underside of the front frame 10A. Okay. Turn the frame over and secure with 2 BM screws. So there's this will fit up here, and there's actually 2. Wait a second, this ain't right. It's gotta be this one, because that fits there. Yeah, that's, oh no. L and L. Oh man. You're not going to believe this, but I screwed this one into the opposite one that it's supposed to go into. Okay. Well, I'm going to put my BM screws aside, and we're going to have to pause the... Well, let's see. Oh, this sucks. All right, bear with me. We're going to fast forward through this because I have to switch these parts out. Okay, so thank gosh that's over with, or almost over. I'm just snugging down these last screws here, and why do I have a spare screw somewhere? Oh, the BM screw. Okay, so now this should probably make a little bit more sense. So it's going to be this guy right here that's going to go up under here like this. And look, all the L's go together. Or wait, I guess they all attach to this. All right. So this is a BM screw here. It should be. And the new screwdriver that came with the frame is not magnetized, so I will have to do my best to magnetize it. Okay. And I don't have a whole lot of time left because the battery on my phone is quickly dying. I've basically done all this recording today, and I charged my phone up earlier, but I don't think I charged it all the way up to 100%. So, all right, bam, bam. Okay, one done. We need 2 more BM screws. That's GM, AM, DM. Those are AP screws. What did I do with the rest of the BM? Oh, they're there. The BM screws. We have 1 extra, and I'm hoping that I don't need 2 more for somewhere else. So let's see, step 3, basically put the other side on and screw it down. And then I might, you know, when I get the other can of primer in, I might actually go and just kind of spray touch these up. If I can. It may not be necessary. We'll see here. All right, now we're with the leverage of the larger. This one's actually, I don't know why this feels larger. Maybe it's just because it's new, like it's newer. I don't know. Okay. So now we flip this guy around. And now we're going to need our AM screws. And this piece here. And there's there's actually 4 screw holes. But for whatever reason, we only need 3 of them. One of them is an alignment peg there. Okay. All right, so those 3 go on. See, and instead of having like the black and the white clashing with the screws, I think if I just hit the screws on here with some primer, if there are any that are exposed when we're finished, then that'll kind of help mask them a bit. So let's see how I keep looking up, keeping an eye on the battery. Oh, come on, get in there. Nope, he is not going to want to work. Did I just... Man, I just blew out my screwdriver. Check that out. Wow. Well, so much for that. What a piece of carp. Well, that's actually not good because I don't really have another screwdriver that I can hit those really small ones with. I wonder if they'll send me a new issue number 1 or 2 or whatever. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not good. I'm kind of disappointed. I'll have to go and pull out the rest of my precision screws. Okay, next is we need our steering bits here, and apparently these go down like this. Is that right? Yes. So this goes like over here onto one of these, and this attaches onto that one. And I guess the steering is going to work off of these somehow. So I need some GM screws. My GM screws are right here. And I wonder if I'll even have enough magnetization. Oh no, I think the head is completely blown off of these. I'm just kind of wondering if I can get it started, because I am definitely going to have to find, I'm going to have to find my magnetizer, and we are quickly running out of battery. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually I'm going to tighten this down really quick so I don't forget about it. But we're going to have to come back after I've charged up my phone a bit. So get all the way down. Okay, there we go. So this will go back and forth and be, part of the steering. Okay, I am going to, like I said, I'm going to put you guys on hold here for a few seconds, and we'll be right back. Okay, so where were we? We had just finished attaching this. Let's see if we got this all the way down. Still has a little bit of play to it, and I still can't believe I broke that that screwdriver. And I forgot to search for the magnetizer. Oh well. I'll definitely do it after this video, because I'm not gonna be able to stomach not having magnetized screwdrivers for very long. This is the right. That's a GM screw. There we go. Boy, these screws go in tight. And I mean, it's not because I have extra primer on there, but boy, those are tight. You do have to, okay, it's on there. Shoo! So this, I guess, is going to kind of go left to right somehow. Hopefully much more smooth than this. Okay. So we've got those two in. Now we need DM screws. And it looks like we have to flip this upside down, because these screw together right there. So get a couple DM screws, and I am actually gonna see if that magnetizer is handy. There it is. I have my toolkit under the table, and it's not usually where I keep it. Let's see what we got. Alright. Yeah, it's basically just an old... I'm just going to rip this sticker off because nobody's sponsoring this, but it's basically just a couple neodymium magnets inside here. So we'll just put all of our screwdrivers in here. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's like camouflaging itself. And we'll just put these in here, give it some basic magnetization. Okay, DM screws. There. So look at that, it's already magnetized. Not too much, but we do have some magnetization. Okay, so this goes on top. Wait a second here. Okay, yeah. Okay. So here, this goes on top, and we just screw. Now remember, this is upside down, so it's opposite from what the directions are showing us. There we are. Okay. So there's one side, and okay, so now we have, I guess this is gonna somehow, you know, there's the okay, there's the steering. See how the steering works? Actually, it's really smooth now that it's all put together. Like, I saw some other people, it seemed like their steering rack was like all over the place. But this is actually pretty smooth. It definitely wants to turn right more than left. So I don't know if it's... Yeah, it looks like it's on that side. But, nah, most of the time it's going to be sitting with the wheels straight ahead anyway. This one... Wait a second. It looks like the wheels are kind of going to be towed in a little bit, which I don't like. Okay, so now that we have that on, we have to flip this back over, right? Yes. And then this goes on here. Something like this. And then this turns back over. And then we have DM screws. Are they all? Yeah, more DM screws that go in here. Now, why do we have a bunch of AP screws over here? I don't understand. We have like a lot. Look at all these screws we have left over. Do we have more to do? Oh, we actually put the wheel. Oh, we got a lot more to do. Ah. All right. Well, never mind. I didn't know that we had all this extra stuff to do. Okay, is this going in the back? Yes. No. I totally did not think that we would have this much to do this issue. I mean, I knew it would be a lot because, you know, just assembling this framework stuff, but I did not think it would be that much. DM, okay, 2 more DM screws here. There's our spare. So this goes down in here. Okay. Okay, and tighten this one, the first one that we put in. All right, good deal. So there we have that. Awesome. Okay. Next page, we have the anti-roll bar. I just call it the roll bar, but I get it is to prevent you from rolling. So I guess yes, it is an anti-roll bar. It's already cut open. I didn't even need to do this. Now this piece is definitely plastic. And this is going to go on here. And then these clip in right here. They just push through, it looks like. And here. And then they just screw down. Looks like that uses AP screws. Yep. Oh yeah, remember we put these plastic brackets on here, so yep, AP screws. I was like, wait a second, we're screwing into metal. We don't want to be using AP screws, but technically not. Okay. And I would think that, you know, the plastic is kind of flexible enough that if you miss it, you know, getting the roll bar into the hole there, that, you know, you can probably reposition it fairly easily. Okay. All right, so that's not going anywhere, so that's finished. And last but not least, we finally attached the wheels and the tires. So, looks like we pop this out and place one of the front wheels into the end of part 5A. Oh, and I didn't reposition that, but it's not that big of a deal. So what type of screws? So we need GM screws, which are these guys, I think. Darn it, the little GM tag fell out right there. I'm pretty sure these are the GM screws, because they're the only ones that have kind of like that really wide flat head on them. So we get the screw, we get this little plastic ring that just fit inside the tire and like rolled around inside there. So those go together. And it says place one of the front wheels onto the end of part 5A. Place part 9E into the center. Okay, the little donut. And screw it. Okay. And screw it. Okay. Here goes. Okay, so there's that, and then the hover wheels is when this flops down, but see how it's just kind of floppy there, which I don't really like. So I'm thinking, and even the wheel in general, it's just, well, maybe I don't have this tight. I don't think I have this down tight enough, because that is just way too floppy. No, that's as tight in as it's going. So that's kind of disappointing, to be honest with you, that it's that floppy. I mean, I like the build of everything else, but like a lot of people, I don't like these hover wheels. I think they need to redesign that and kind of maybe do a re-release later on or something, because yeah, those are kind of suspect, guys. I hate to say it, but the wheels are definitely kind of an afterthought. I'm just going to reposition the this piece here. Just because I want the I want this to line up differently. Whoops. Okay. I just want the valve stem to line up with the R on Goodyear. That's all. Okay. Okay. Quick and painless. Just tighten this up. Okay. Much better. Okay. We'll get our little donut here, pop it on the screw head, if it will go. We'll turn this around. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up gluing those wheels on by the time this build is done, because that's just annoying. Put this in on this side. Maybe, wait a second. The magnetization of that, you know, the wheel magnet is attracting the screw in there, so it just kind of popped right into place. This wheel is actually quite a bit better than this one. I mean, they both roll, and then we also have some suspension. I don't want to like press my luck. I think those springs are way too tough. And then we also have the DMC logos, which we have to pop back in. I'm not going to glue them in or anything at this time, just because maybe somewhere down the road we're, you know, we might have to get in. And plus they don't stay in anyway. They just pop right back out. That doesn't leave me with a lot of confidence at the moment. Here we go. This felt nice and tight in there earlier, and now it's... Oh, there's a lot of play in that, like in-out play. Maybe I don't have this screwed all the way down. Oh, there. Okay, that's a lot less in outplay. But yeah, that just is, that's gonna fall out. I know. I'm just gonna see if let's see here. No, I guess that's basically gonna stay put. Okay, is this extra? No. I don't think this is an AP screw either. Nope. It might have been a DM screw. Okay, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this issue. This is what your finished assembly should look like, which is that. I do have to agree, that's pretty much what it looks like. And I guess sometime over the next couple years, this is eventually going to form its way into the shape of a DeLorean. So, all right, this has been the longest episode I've done in a long time. So thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you made it all the way through. You learned some things about working on your model that you can apply to your build. And if not, well, I hope you just enjoyed watching. So let's see. This episode claimed the life of a screwdriver. I really wish there was a way that could be fixed, but it really can't. It's a shame. That's gonna have to go into the garbage. And I don't know. I don't even know if I should write to Eaglemoss and kind of beg them for a new screw or new screws. Let's see. Are these AP? Okay, these are AP screws. I just love all the extra screws we have now. I'll be able to like go into the screw business just selling spare screws, for like the next 20 years with all the extra screws we've got here. So, and next time, oh, we got screws in here even. Look at that. We'll put our screwdrivers here. They'll be perfectly magnetized for the next episode. Whenever those come, I don't know. Could be, could be next week, could be another month. I have no idea, you guys. None whatsoever. BM screws. I don't know, I got 2 unidentified screws here. It's not that one. Those 2, are these 2 the same? I don't think they're even the same. They're close, but I don't think they are. Well, anyway, I'll worry about that off camera. But I thank you guys for hanging out with me one more time, and hopefully you will continue for the foreseeable future as we build the Eaglemoss presents Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. So guys, if you enjoyed hanging out, please leave a like button. If you didn't, leave a dislike, but you're not going to do that. Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing with the build. Let me know how you're doing with your builds. And if you want to contribute, there's a donation link down in the video description. And all donations will be highly appreciated, and you will get much thanks, I promise. And last but not least, if you haven't done so, please subscribe for this and many more videos. I am BradM73. I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.